Good evening. I'd like to call our meeting to order pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, Public Laws 1975. This meeting is duly advertised in the South Chester Times and Sentinel. The municipal clerk of the township has been duly notified, and their departments and posting of notices have been met. I'm going to hold the pledge of allegiance to the 7 o'clock meeting. Church, please call roll.
Franklin.
Here.
Cunningham.
Here.
Doyle. Fergoso.
Here.
Brown.
Here.
Wilson.
Here.
Smith.
Here.
Starr.
Here.
Brand.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Make a motion to move to executive for the purposes of negotiations and personnel and executive. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, we're moving to executive, Mr. Martin. I'd like to take a motion to come out of executive session. Make a motion to come out of executive session. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? All right. If you guys would please stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Trish, you previously called the roll, correct? We can move on to presentations and recognitions. Dr. Carroll, I see, going to have the honor of recognizing our recipients of our Perfect Attendance Award for 24-25.
Yes.
I did, yes.
Good evening, everybody. Just really grateful to say thank you so much for our perfect attendance awardees. I feel like it's such an amazing honor for everyone that accomplishes this. Your dedication to the district is really inspiring and is so very much appreciated. And this is just a small token of the board's appreciation to you for perfect attendance. So first up, come on up, Mr. Joe Kelly. So, we could read our names through, right? We have Miss Nicole DeVerso, our principal at Main Road. Congratulations to Miss DeVerso. She's actually at a conference. She's still working, so I laugh. She's not here, but she's working. Dr. Zach Slavin, our instructional supervisor, he's with an event for his girls being honored for field hockey. So, congratulations to Dr. Slavin. Miss Sarah Thurston, our clerical assistant to transportation. Thank you so much, Sarah. And Lee Cortez, one of our esteemed bus drivers. Thank you so much, Lee. Thank you so much. Joe, can I get your favorite
Picture time.
Whoops, sorry.
Listen, Joe, I tried to dodge the pictures. I'm still We'll do this one?
Okay, ready? Hey.
Yeah.
One more. Here we go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations to all the recipients. Just a quick note, I want to mention Lee. I've been on the board 9 years, and I think he's received this award at least 8 of those 9 years. I think it was 1 year that he didn't do it for some, maybe during COVID or something along those lines. But yeah, congratulations to all the recipients. Moving on, we have our strategic plan update on talent acquisition and retention by Mr. Goode.
Thank you, Mr. Bryant. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen of the Board of Education, for giving me the opportunity tonight to provide this presentation. see where we are in terms of our goal of identifying and implementing initiatives to creatively acquire and maintain diverse talent, looking at what our staff very directly looks like, you know, who we are, what our student body is, taking a look also at the applicants, who is applying, and going through the data, doing comparisons with previous years as well. So with that said, the action planning committee, myself, Ms. Lisa Lakota, Ms. Patty Allen, Mr. Ed Sims, Ms. Rochelle Seppielli, and Ms. Jessica Lloyd. And jumping right into it, when we take a look at our staffing update. Now this year, we had the opportunity to have some more data. When I stood before you last October, the data really focused on July 1 to October 1 of 2024. However, looking at updates that Human Capital Analytics was able to provide, additionally taking a deeper dive into real time, and additionally, and very openly, as we were also in transition with superintendency, the availability that I had to specific data was really quite a narrow window. So that's why last year it was that July 1 to October 1. But this year we can spread it out. We have some good news here, definitely. When we take a look at certified staff, we had 12 resignations and 2 retirements. Within that entire time frame of July 1, October 1 to October 1, 24 to 25. Previously, we had actually 18 vacancies certificated staff. We had 12 resignations, 1 non-renewal, and 5 retirements. That was the previous year. This year, so what jumps out at us right away is, well, very directly, we didn't have as many people leave. Okay, so that's positive. You know, because after all, one of the goals here is retaining our outstanding staff. Also, when we take a look at, well, where did these people go? You know, the retirement resignation information about length of time. The resignation number jumped out, 4 years and 10 months. That's a full year longer than previous. The previous information regarding resignations was 3 years and 10 months. So that's a positive direction as well. Non-certificated staff, previously in that short window of July 1 to October 1 of 2024, we had 8 individuals, those 5 resignations, 3 retire. Here we have the larger window of the October to October, 10 resignations, 2 terminations, 2 retirements. The data regarding resignation time frame, termination, and retirement time frame was close to identical, which was quite interesting in terms of the amount of time that the individuals had been with us. So now, moving over to a little deeper piece of, all right, well, what information can we get from the individuals who did leave us and what they were willing to share? Now, it should be known that the individuals who are invited to complete the exit interviews are individuals who left us in good standing. Okay? So there you have a little bit of disparity in terms of, well, wait, the total number, but you can see that certified staff, 9 exit interview invitations went out. Okay? So out of that, 6 individuals decided to complete the information. I'm just looking at the certified staff side at this point. Here we have some other additional good news. When we look at the recommendation of working in the district, so 5 of the 6 said that yes, they would recommend to anyone to work in the district. That's similar information to the previous report that I provided. All right, but here now we start to have a little bit of disparity, but it's in a good way. The primary reason for resigning, when I stood before you last October, we had 10 individuals that completed the exit interview. 5 of them said it was directly with attached comments because of salary. All right, we did not see as heavy a leaning that direction. So that's a positive. You know, so perhaps as a result of some work that was done with the certificated staff previously, you know, so that could be that impact. So 2 of the 6 said it was because of salary. 2 of the 6 commute, then family care, career advancement, relocating, climate, culture. If you're doing quick math on that, you see, well, wait a minute, that might not add up totally. Individuals can check multiple things along those lines as well. So continuing along, the interactions with others, positive 4 out of 6 in the district. So we have 2/3 there. 1 neutral, 1 negative. Previously, we had 80% positive. So while it's a little bit of a decrease, we are talking about a relatively, not very directly, relatively small pool here as well. When we look at non-certified staff, we had 4 of the 11 individuals completing the exit interview. Recommending to work in the district, again, the positive. And here, again, a positive. The primary reason for resigning, you can see you had 4 different pieces. Previously, it was 100% salary. So I found that interesting as I went through and shared it with the committee. Additionally, the interactions, 100% positive here, and it previously was 100% as well. So, you know, good information coming out of that directly, the committee and myself see it as stepping in the right direction. Taking a look at, next slide, there we go. Average post applications per posting. Now here we have a little bit of a decrease. And, you know, personally to me, all right, that's a little bit of a concern. But what are some factors that tie into that? Specific openings that exist throughout the district, all right, i.e. Special education openings. We know that not only do we have a decrease in the number of individuals going into the teaching profession, but additionally, we have a decrease in the number of individuals on top of that going and getting special education cert. To throw some numbers, I've shared before that I'm on the Educator Preparation Advisory Committee at Rowan University. The individual that chairs that is Dr. Stacy Lethwich. In communication with her, she had reaffirmed the information that I had read that the public colleges throughout the state, including Rowan, their number of individuals who are going into the teaching profession is over 30% decrease. And over 30% decrease the last 4 years. So when you add that up, there are less people going into teaching. There's no other way to say it. So while we see some decrease here, well, perhaps that's a piece as to why. Okay? We also additionally, and going right there, we know where we live and competing with some other area districts. And some of those districts, their salary guides are a little bit different. Without going into details, we know whether it be pay, guide, and so forth. And there, you know, some of the districts we're talking about, some of those larger districts. Washington Township, which is not that far away. Monroe, not that far away. So to name just a couple. All right, continuing on, the total acts. All right, support staff, they're actually up 58 applications from the previous report. Certificated staff were down 92. All right, but again, the numbers here, they can be interpreted. All right, also the idea of multiple positions. So if we have one posting that is out there for 2 or 3 slots, which we did. So you might have 2 or 3 openings, but there's one posting for it. So the numbers here, I give you the wide view, but again, the interpretation can exist. They're not as set and as black and white as they initially made it. Oh, sorry about that. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Hold on. One moment. There we go. Hey, this is information that was not included. No, I'm sorry, I skipped the slide. There we go. Thank you. Hiring referral source was included. Okay. Okay, and this one we want included because for some of these referral sources, the district pays money. So is it really worth it to advertise, and what's the bang for the buck that we're getting? So the applicants have requested to complete survey piece on how did they hear about us, in the multiple ways, and they can click multiple areas. It could be by a friend and also through NJ Schools Jobs. So here, the data is generally the same. Looking across the bottom, read them for you. I'm sorry, I realize they're a little faint. All the way on the left, there's no value. All right, just nothing. Next one through with the 12 is commercial job boards. And the job boards that we use, NewJerseySchoolsJobs.com, K12Jobspot.com, Indeed, and also social media such as X, website, and also Facebook. The 11, we're talking about district and school. Okay, that would be the website. There, we're actually up 1. Previously, it was 10 individuals who would click. Here we have 11. Other referral source, and then referral by word of mouth, and then state regional job boards. So the differences that we have all the way on the left, the no value. Previously, we had 2. We're down to 1 there. The district school previously was 10, so we're up 1 there. Okay, so all in all, it appears as though the posting of the jobs and using the commercial job boards, having our website updated and so forth, it's making a difference. It's getting us candidates. Applicant gender diversity. This one was not part of the previous report because Human Capital Analytics was still working out the data on this. If you recall, it was a relatively new platform, new company. They were working different things out. This was something that individuals, including myself, when we spoke with Human Capital Analytics, we said, this may be a good thing to take a look at. Is there a way to do it? So they went in and they developed this piece of the platform. Here you can see, all right, who's applying? What do the individuals look like? 73% are female, 9.9% male, 15.35 left it blank, and then there was 1.73 that literally clicked, chose not to reply. Now you can see they were able to backlog the information, and there you can see that this past time frame, the 73.02 of the female population that was comprising the applicants, previously in 2024, it was 71.52%. Okay? Continuing along. Applicant racial diversity. All right, when we look at this, now here, you have to bear with me on this one because we have a couple different avenues that I'm going to take you through. Human Capital Analytics, they will look at it from a school year time frame. And actually, I really should have mentioned that on the previous slide as well. From the school year time frame. All right, but if we also want to take a look at it from the previous report of that tight window time frame of 7/1/24 to 10/1/24, and keeping in mind that we previously had 18 vacancies in there, it would have been easy to say, well, just forget that because it's too small a time frame. But when you're talking about 18 vacancies in that time frame, it's worth running that comparison. All right, and again, we had 14 in the October to October time frame that I'm looking at for this report. So there, you'll notice that we have the information of the bar graphs moving to the left, and certainly, you can compare those numbers. And reading on the right, all right, what do the applicants look like? If we compare that to the July 1st, 2024 to the October 1st, 2024, the data there is a little bit different. As a matter of fact, previously in that time frame, we had 73.6% of the applicants that were white Here you see we had 72.77% during that larger time frame of the October to October. All right, when we look at additional numbers, the July 1st, 24 to October 1st, 24 of 4.13%, and then that decreased to 2.48%. All right, likewise, the Asian population of applicants was a 2.06%, and it went to a 1.93. 2 selected went from a 2.31% to a 2.27. 3 selected, interestingly enough, is the exact same number. Blank on that 3-month time frame was 14.47. Here it went to 16.09, and then no reply went from 3.1% in that 3-month time frame to a 4.21. We're not talking about any dramatic shift numbers here. We're really not. You know, a big piece of this is to recognize that the committee and myself, we took a look at the data and tried to do a deeper dive to look for some significant trends. We're not seeing significant trends directly to the tune of, is there a major change? You know, we're seeing a trend, okay, there's similarity, but we're not seeing major trend change. Okay, let's look at who we are, certificated staff and students. So our current staff population, certificated staff, and I reiterate that, 93% female, 7% male. In terms of the applicants, right, and here you can have applicants that apply for more than one job, but the applicants themselves, 245 and 32. 88% of our applicants were female, 12% of them were male. New hires, 12 and 1. If you think back to the data, wait a minute, there were 14 vacancies, there's 13 hires. We had one of our coaches go back in the classroom. That's why there's that disparity there. When we look at the racial makeup of the certificated staff, you see the numbers that are there. Have they changed? Previously, we were 96.7% white. We're now 98.3%. Previously, we were 0.8% Hispanic. We're currently 1%. The Black African Americans stayed the same. Asian went up to 0.35%. It was 0. Native Hawaiian Pacific Islander went up to 0.35%. Previously, it was 0. American Indian or Alaska Native went down. It previously was 0.8. And 2 or more races went down. It previously was 1.6. So that's who we are as a staff. When we take a look at our student body, there you can see 46% of our students are female, 54% are male. Minor change there. Previously, we were 40% female and 53% male. Regarding the racial breakdown, previously we were 76.7% white, currently 77.9%. Previously we were 12.5% Hispanic, we're currently 7.7%. Previously 5.1% Black African American, currently 5.5%. Previously 0.5% Asian, currently 1%. Native Hawaiian Pacific Islanders stayed the same. American Indian or Alaska Native previously was 0.1%, it's now 0.5%. 2 or more races previously was 5.1%, and it's currently 7.4%. Again, not significant change. The largest change that was there were the percentage of Hispanic students going from previously 12.5 down to 7.7. So moving forward, all right, what did we see? What did we notice? You know, where are we? Okay, there was an increase in staff retention. Well, that's one of our goals, so that's good. All right, district website and commercial job boards, they are productive. All right, the candidates were replying that they meant something and they heard about us and they applied because of what they saw. Positive culture and interactions. resignations. We take that as good news because previously it was so heavy towards the salary piece. And not to say that there are not areas still to do work. We're moving in the right direction, but we have to recognize that movement. Areas of continued focus, retention of teaching and support staff, and there I put salary. We're moving in the right direction, all right? And here, I speak as a school principal, not just the head of this committee, but as a school principal going through the interviewing process. Yes, we have lost candidates that were finalists for positions because they've been a finalist with us and they've been a finalist with other schools. And I can only speak for myself here. I have been told I have college debt. I have been told, well, I'm getting married. I have been told, well, I need to buy a house. I have been told I have to move out of my parents' home now and I need money. And I'm sorry, this seems like a great school, but I have to go where the money is. And I respect that. What am I going to say? 22, 23-year-old person. They need that. I understand. So, while I recognize the positive movements, and the committee recognizes the positive movement, please keep in mind the hope of continuing that work with the salary. Pursuit of the diverse applicant pool. It's there. Dr. Lefkowitz and I, we had a conversation. We actually had multiple conversations on this because I pulled my hair out a little on this one. And the communication that's been received is while there's a relatively small pool of minority candidates going into education, the vast majority of them are going back to their home districts. And they're going back to help kids that were like them in their communities. And you can't argue that. So, that's the explanation. And it's a matter of, I understand, but there, in terms of, we're fighting a little bit of an uphill battle, when you compare back to who's our student body, what do they look like in terms of diversity, and we saw a very small group there. And out of that small group, we're banking on it following suit to what Dr. Lefkowitz and I discussed. Out of that tiny group, a child going and becoming an educator and then coming back to us. But other districts that have a larger minority population of students, it's all that. They have a greater percentage of kids going into education and then going back to their home districts. So that's what we are. Are there any questions or anything? Okay, well, thank you. Thanks for your time. You bet.
Thank you, Mr. Goodman. Moving on, we have our first public comment section for agenda items only. Make a motion over to the public. Do I have a second? All in favor? Is there anyone from the public which would like to comment on any items this evening? Seeing no one, I make a motion we close the first public comment. Do I have a second? All in favor? School board president report. I would just briefly, I don't have much, but I just want to briefly touch on the fact that our negotiation team, in cooperation with the TFSSA's negotiation team, has reached a tentative agreement on a successor contract. So I want to thank the organization for working along with us, as well as thank our negotiation team for the work that they put in, and hopeful that we're wrapping up some minor loose ends and get a ratification hopefully in November. Yes, we appreciate the candy for the chair of the committee as well. Personally, I wanted to stall process, to continue to be the candy with the rest of the team, thought it best to move on. So,
How you can get more chunky bars.
exactly. Where is the TFPA, or are they taking note of this? Yeah, okay.
You said something about state.
Dr. Kellogg, you have a monthly report this evening for us?
Yeah, so good evening. There will be a PowerPoint that will be attached. Thank you. There will be a PowerPoint, Google Slides, I'm dating myself, attached after this meeting goes public. Just giving the board an update as to where I've been this past month. Back to school nights were really well attended. I was really grateful to get to 2 out of the 3. After I started at Jan Beer and Ritter, they really did a nice job in the buildings. I know I saw some of your faces there in the community. Just getting to have my weekly meetings in the DLC committee. The DLC committee, I've now been to 2 meetings. That's a really great organization as well. Everyone getting together and having a stake in data and issues that go throughout the district. I have got to have some stakeholder meetings with the superintendent from DLC as well as our chief of police. Also attended a reunification team meeting at RCSJ. Thank you for Mr. Peters and Dr. Slavin for also volunteering to help out the county with that reunification effort, so thank you. Some fun events, I also saw some of you there, was the Meet Me at the 50 at Delsey High School, which was a great event with our seniors at Delsey, and they hand a t-shirt class of 2038 up, right, to our kindergartners coming in. They meet at the 50-yard line. It really is heartwarming, and then I have a senior myself at home, and I know I have friends that are seniors at Delsey, and it's just nice it's that passing of the guard and realizing that your time has come to a close as a senior, and it just kind of brings it full circle. It was a really cute event. And there's also a little video attached, the safety, thank you so much to the fire department. They came out and gave Jan Beer some, lessons on fire safety and instruction, and there's a really cute clip on there that's attached, as well as Main Road did a really nice celebration for part of their literacy unit, and they did celebrate with students presenting some of their writing, and then they got to make these milkshakes at the end as well, which was really cute. I attached some pictures for you there as well. So if you go on the agenda afterwards, it'll be public for the board members. It's there now. So thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kellogg. Lacey, do you have anything from NJ?
I do. So there's statewide training programs from October 20th to the 23rd in Atlantic City, which I think most of us are attending. There's also going to be mandated training for the board, some governance classes. And that's pretty much it for it.
Thank you. Any Board of Ed liaison reports? Hearing none, we'll move on to our minutes from September 17th work session and September 22nd regular meeting. If everyone's had an opportunity to review them, there's no comments or revisions, I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as listed. Do I have a second? Any other comments on the minutes? All in favor? Any opposed or abstentions? All right, human resources, we reviewed that in our executive session. We're happy to see that we do have Mrs. Cabela joining us in the capacity of a special education teacher in our days. Already been in the classroom, currently as an asset of the district. Any other questions on human resources by any board members? Hearing none, I will make a motion to approve human resources items G1 through G12 as recommended by the superintendent. Do I have a second? Treasurer, call the roll, please.
Cunningham? Yes. I'm sorry. I guess the policies are going on next month? Okay. Yes. Fregoso?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Wilson?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Starr?
Yes.
Changellini?
Yes.
Brand?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Education items. Any comments, Dr. Phil, on education items? Any board member questions? With With that, I'll make a motion to approve education items H1 through H5 as recommended by the superintendent. Do I have a second? Tricia, call the roll, please.
Wilson. Smith.
Yes.
Star.
Yes.
Chamblee. Cunningham.
Yes.
Fregoso.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Grant.
Yes.
Motion carries.
General administration items, there's no changes or comments there. We'll make a motion to approve general admin items I1 through I7 as recommended by the superintendent. Do I have a second?
Second.
Are there any other comments or any questions? Tricia, call the roll, please.
Smith.
Yes.
Star.
Yes.
Chamblee.
Yes.
Cunningham.
Yes.
Doyle. Oh, sorry, she's absent. Fregoso.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Wilson.
Yes.
Grant.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Moving on to operations. Looks like there's just an additional bill list.
Yes, that did take it off the agenda last week, just due to timing of receiving some other invoices.
Sure. Are there any other items in operations?
Nothing else was added on operations.
I see budget timeline, that time of year, and
Always.
all the budget timeline.
Yes. Item number 6, the effective date did change to a later date. Other than that, everything else is normal. That's what I did.
Any board member questions on any operations items? Michelle?
Yeah, I just have one. Trish, on the bill list for the ESS substitutes, that sum, is that for a certain amount of time period?
It could probably be a few weeks. I have to look at the invoices that were
So
with that one to tell
the
you.
total that we spent was $45,800 for the time frame then for subs?
I'd have to look at that.
Okay.
Were there any other board member questions or comments? Sorry, just refreshing my agenda. I'll make a motion to approve operations committee items J1 through J15 as recommended by the superintendent. Do I have a second? Tricia, call the roll, please, and there's no other comments.
Fregoso.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Wilson.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Star.
Yes.
Chamblee.
Yes.
Cunningham.
Yes.
Grant.
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right. Old business, we have our board goals listed in our yearly planning calendar. Anyone have any new business they'd like to bring to the board?
Well, I would just say at some point we probably need to discuss having new board goals since we've met the ones that we had in regards to superintendent search. That was our main goal for this year, or for this year. So at some point, I don't know if we want to wait till after the election or we sit down and decide at least maybe start the new year some board goals.
In regard to that, this is just bring this comment on anyone, but our strategic plan, I know it feels as though that we just did it. However, we're probably nearing the end of our term on that strategic plan as well, so something that we can not have to do together, but two things, we can work on simultaneously. I feel as though the strategic plan went pretty smoothly last time. Why are you shaking your head, Mark?
Just thinking that was in the middle of all the COVID.
Oh, COVID. Well, no,
It
yeah.
was so, and I always think it's like at this point.
Well, I was thinking COVID, yeah.
Start all over.
COVID aside, I feel like it went fairly well.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what I'm saying, that's why it was
Right.
so long ago,
Yeah.
because that seems like a lifetime ago.
Yeah.
I was agreeing with you, Jason.
So yeah, between the board goals and the strategic plan, one additional item Dr. Kellogg put on our list of many things that we'll expect a full report next week on that. That's good. Was there any other business for the board this evening? Hearing none, I'll move on to our public comment section. Any members of the public are encouraged to come up and speak regarding any items this evening. With that, I make a motion to open the public. Do I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone from the public wish to address the board at this time? Seeing no one, I make a motion to close the public comment portion. Do I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
We do have next scheduled meeting is November the 12th, we have a work session, and a regular board meeting scheduled for November the 17th. Wish everybody luck and enjoyment in the convention this coming week. There's classes there, Mr. Cheesy, hosting the class. You guys will all be attending. There's a lot of good resources there for board members. Is there any other comments by the board members? Hearing none, make a motion to adjourn.
I just want to wish luck to our current board members that are up for election.
Thank you, John. Motion to adjourn.